Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, to celebrate that we are in Sagittarius season, I'm going to be reading for some Sagittarius idols. So yes, today is going to be the turn of TXT Soobin, the leader. So yeah, let's begin with the cards that he got. We start with the Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Emperor, Ace of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Sun in Gemini, Versatility. So, a very powerful, I would say, very powerful reading for Subin. Something is coming for him, like a big opportunity. Like I believe that this Sagittarius season, he's going to become more and more magnetic. Like there's something about him sort of taking control and power um, over his life and over everything about him. There's something about him also becoming very masculine, like, and showing his desire to be the ruler, because I see the emperor in the middle and I'm like, uh, we are going to get um, a period of Subin sort of connecting a bit more with being being a boss, like somehow being a leader, being proactive, feeling proud, feeling magnetic, feeling magnificent. There's something about him, like finally not being shy about taking all our space. Because definitely there's something about his energy that demands to be somehow to be a, it's not about competition. It's not about competing with others and being like, okay, I want to be seen or I want to be recognized instead of others. It's more about him sort of, feeling his own shoes. There's something about him not literally making himself small because of other people's pettiness, or because of other people's like perceptions of him. There's something about Subin that we start with the Ace of Pentacles. So what can I say? Like, I think that he's definitely is going to have a lot of progress in his career. And I see a lot of money invested on Subin. So I don't know what projects he's going to be getting, but definitely I see like a very important project or role or something is going to be assigned to him that is going to be like, is going to somehow push his individual career, like to put it, you know, on the way, being like, okay, here, this is the push that you need. Go. Now you're unstoppable. So definitely, I think that this probably 2024 is going to be a very busy year, for very successful, very fulfilling. But it's all about, sort of becoming a bit more confident and probably maturing a bit, I would say. Um, Also, with the chariot, there has to be a change in his attitude. Here with the chariot, is like, don't let others stop you. Don't let people's criticism or people's, don't let people sabotage your journey, because he is on a journey. And definitely where he's going to become like huge. He's going to become like, and it's amazing that I use the word like huge, big, like, like, because I think about Subin being a Sagittarius and him being a very faithful representation of Sagittarius stature, Sagittarius height. Usually Sagittarius men, they tend to be tall. They tend to be like very slender, like very Like they 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 are very tall guys usually. Um, and they are very strong, and they definitely get attention because of their height, because maybe it's not about them being the tallest, but probably in a group they can be the tallest, or they can be the ones that have like are more muscular. So there's something about Jupiter's sons, like people ruled by Jupiter, that they take a space, they take a lot of space. They either they are taller or they are larger, but there's something about him also, like I mentioned at the beginning, him sort of like adjusting and accepting that this is his faith. His faith is to be huge. His faith is to not be ignored. And I think that there's something about like, okay, Subin, your shy era is over. Your modest era is over. Like your childish era is over. Now you need to become a man. Now you need to keep advancing and sort of taking control, because he has the power. It's just that I think that probably, in the past he wasn't given that opportunity, or maybe the conditions were a bit not of his favor. Maybe a lot of things were sabotage for him. But now he's like, the decisions I'm making is leading me to a bigger purpose, so I cannot stop. And I won't stop. I won't get distracted by small details like I did back then, or like I did before. There's something about him not losing the focus. Him not losing focus on what's important. And what's important? Himself. He's going to have protagonist aura in 2024. And probably, we are going to see it by the end of this year. We're going to notice him being a bit more confident, him being seen, going to different events. You're going to see him like looking spectacular, but there's something about him like not going back, I don't know, but I think that whenever I read for Subin, I did notice a lot of lack of confidence and him actually making himself small on purpose. Um, but now he's like, he's getting a strength and he's getting this very fiery attitude. Probably a lot of things had happened that he sort of accumulated a lot of anger or a lot of frustration. And now him, instead of, arguing with people or resisting or just, getting in a bad mood or being passive aggressive, there's something about him using this sort of like anger or this frustration, and using it to keep advancing in his endeavors or in his future plans. Um, So definitely I see him more like, okay, I will talk less and do more. He's going to be in his action era, because we have the Ace of Wands and we have the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, he could get different roles, a lot of exposure, of course. Um, so yeah, 2024 is going to be very it's going to be all about, him showing what he can do, him creating things, him also preparing himself a lot for future projects, maybe also for TXT. Maybe TXT is also going to enter into an era where they basically are going to be very active and they will not be able to rest. Like, actually, I've seen the guys very active, but probably for 2024 there's going to be much more attention and much more investment on the guys, because we start with the Ace of Pentacles and we end with the Page of Pentacles. So there's something about what they didn't get in the past, because I believe that the guys were sabotaged. Like, there's something that I always get with TXT, that yeah, the guys are very well taken care of and they are very well managed, I would say, but there had been some errors or some not so favorable decisions done that sort of ruined the experience for TXT. Like, I don't know why I think that TXT could have been bigger, but there was a moment where they slowed down the the work that needed to be invested in TXT, and they focused on other people. So somehow there was like something off in TXT management. Like, there was some things that, yeah, this was amazing, but you lack in this aspect, or you disappointed the fans in this aspect. Not the guys, but maybe the execution of ideas, maybe not so much promotions, maybe an interruption of promotions. Because honestly, if it's up to the guys, I don't see the guys taking a break. So I think that it was like some errors that were a bit like, really, you're going to do this to them, and this I had been feeling for TXT for a while, but in the case of Soobin, somehow I'm seeing that 2024 is going to be showtime for him and probably for them as well. It's all about him sort of stepping into the power, into the seat of the leader, and being like, okay, here we go. This is going to be important. This is going to be, probably they're going to do great things, like very great things, like bigger events, or just like taking a lot of space, like I mentioned. And also I think that it has to do with them being men, and they being like a boy group. There's something here with the Emperor and the Ace of Wands about them exuding this masculinity, this raw masculinity, and being like, okay, we are going to dominate the charts, or we're going to dominate people's hearts with our concept. We are going to come out more mature. We're going to take more risky roles, so yeah, be prepared. Be prepared, because I could see sexier concepts coming. So yeah, you're going to see a much more confident and just probably sexual, I would say, like, but yeah, with the Page of Pentacles, yeah, there's something about them just be very humble. Soobin is very humble in general, because ending with the Page of Pentacles, I think that the guy, even though he's going to go through a major like moment of success, and him being like very assertive and being very active, a very like, talking less, doing more attitude, being a bit more like fearless, definitely here I don't see swords. So I know that people were worried about him because there was a sort of issue, with some comments, and well, in here I don't see swords. So definitely what the cards are telling me is that Soobin is working. Soobin is focused on projects. Soobin is putting the effort into greater projects. So I don't see him addressing, or I don't see him stopping to be like, oh, I have to apologize, oh, I have to say this, oh, I have to confess this, oh, I have to release a statement, oh, I have to talk about this. I think that Soobin is energy. It feels like he's much more on the active role, much more on being perceived a bit much more like assertive, and not so much like, oh, I'm going to ask the audience the permission to do or say this. And definitely from what I can see in here is that there's not going to be many words, many comments. It's more about him showing with his attitude or with his actions what he's all about. But definitely here, ending with the Page of Pentacles, even though it's going to be a year, and he's going to have a very successful dominion of his craft and everything that he's going to do, he still considers himself an amateur. So there's something about probably, Soobin going back and forth with, sort of not understanding his real value, even though he will try to put on the front that he's stronger, that he's much more assertive, that he's much more masculine, him being very intense also in his energy. But yeah, there's something about him also remaining cautious, because I believe that there's a part of him that he still doesn't, it's not like he believes 100% that he is the man, or that he is the ruler, or that he is the leader, like the leader of his life. There's something about him also being cautious about not coming too strong or not being too dominating, so I see him like also studying, and sort of observing himself, like doing a lot of monitoring, because he's like, I'm not the best yet. I have to still work on myself. I'm not the best yet. So yeah, inside he's still a child, yeah. But definitely be ready. Be ready to see him, to see him like promote this more confident self. And also with the card of the oracle, he got sun in Gemini, versatility. So yeah, I think that this versatility card definitely shows his ability to sort of navigate moments where there could be some rumors, there could be accusations, there could be a sort of witch hunt of certain idols, being exposed and some things being leaked, and seems sort of showing this versatility and being like, oh yeah, like I have no idea what you're talking about, or like, oh no, I don't know, sort of him acting very, not in denial, but he's sort of like being versatile because he has other objectives, he has other goals, he has bigger goals. So there's something about him like, I cannot like waste my time on paying attention on what people are saying on the internet because I have work to do. So there's something about, there's no time for this right now. All I can do is just move on. Is move on and adapt. Move on and show different sides of myself. If I work hard enough and if I do a lot of things, I will show my level of commitment to my fans and to the people that support us. That's all that he cares about. So definitely he's also, because also if I think about the word of versatility, he's not a fool in the sense that it's not that he denies things that are happening around him, but he's like, yeah, it can be this and that, like I'm not, he's not nor denying nor confirming anything. He's more like, yeah, maybe this is what I have to go through, or this happened, so yeah, I have to move on. Yeah, this happened, but I believe I have the potential to keep working on myself and be better, and just like, yeah, learning from this, because this card, this Gemini placement, is all about adapting in moments of uncertainty, or in not uncertainty, because I definitely see him that he's going somewhere. So I think that he's not a lost person, he has a goal in mind. So this is why he will not go back to pay attention to things that his mind is not there, his heart is not there, his soul is not there. He is working, so he is busy, like he is and he's sort of advancing to things that matter a lot to him, and that it has to do with people putting their trust on him and being like, okay, we will give you the opportunity to shine, so take it. So I think that, yeah, he's more about connecting with confidence, and not looking back and being fearful or feeling guilty or feeling, confused. No, the confusion, it's over. Like, do not go back there. Keep moving, keep advancing, keep progressing. This moment is for him. These opportunities are for him only. So yeah, he's going to do great. So yeah, guys, this is all I have for him. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.